So I have the video of these lovely people behind me. They are going to announce their game. These are pretty much all indie games, I think. I know one of them. They're definitely an indie game. They definitely got kickstarted, and then they showed up on this. I think because they were asked to. I'll point that out when it comes up. But we're just going to ahead and hit go and watch for a while. This is Day of the Devs.
Hello everybody, we're Claudio Beck.
Hi.
And Filomena Schwab from Strayphon Studio, and we're here today to present to you our
quality's
upcoming
not amazing.
Wandering Village, a city building simulation game on the back of a giant wandering creature.
I'm hoping I don't have to switch to a different version of the video. But I was hoping, I downloaded these and I was hoping the quality would be better. I guess I got baited. I like the aesthetic. Use of color.
Our studio is known for doing science-based games, and this one is based in biology and ecology. Visually, the game is inspired by Moebius and Studio Ghibli, and musically, it's influenced by various forms of folkloric music from all around the world. Your people will be escaping and seeking shelter from a toxic fungus. And they will find it on this giant animal they call Umbu.
I like it.
Traveling from biome to biome, bringing new opportunities, but also new challenges. And you're gonna be communicating with the Umbu to create and build on your symbiotic relationship.
If you build this specific building, the horn tower, near the animal's head, so it will be able to hear you, you then get this additional view of zooming out to the animal and giving it different commands. Such as run or lay down. But the Onbu is still a wild creature, and so it may decide to listen to you, but sometimes it won't, depending on mood and your relationship with the animal. We are big fans of city builders and colony sim games in general.
I like it.
Black and White, The Settlers, RimWorld and Banished, and all of them inspired us. If I have to choose two games that are most similar to ours, it would be Frostpunk and Airborne Kingdom. Because
Frostpunk is an interesting way to describe your game.
Setting and a limited building space.
You say the phrase Frostpunk, there's a very specific thing you're saying about your game.
We're hoping to
Although
release
maybe
Wandering
that's
Village on
projecting
Steam
a
Early
little bit.
Access later this year in Q4. So if you liked what you saw, please consider to leave us a vision.
But maybe that is intentional.
And if you want to stay up to date with the development of the game, come join us on Discord. Thanks for your
Okay,
attention.
that's exciting. I like
See you
that.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm hoping the next video that comes on doesn't look this bad. Don't want to have to find out I had to switch things out. Oh, jeez. Gotta kill this infection.
I'm Andrew Tsai.
I'm TJ Maddox.
I'm Rachel Lake.
I'm Vasily Nikolaev.
I'm
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
I am gonna switch
We are
out.
Cell Games.
You probably know Axiom Verge. It's a very popular Metroidvania. Came out now 6 years ago, believe it or not.
Okay.
And ever since Tom.
I have a better viewer. I'm unfortunately using IGN, which is very unfortunate.
I think you'll be surprised
Given
and
the
excited.
modern
If you're a fan of the
circumstance.
original, he's doing some interesting new
You know.
things here, so please enjoy.
Of that one guy? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Anyway. You'll get to see it again. I didn't know Axiom Verge was gonna get a sequel.
Hello, I'm Tom Happ. I'm really excited to share with you some new details about Axiom Verge 2.
I heard people enjoyed Axiom Verge 1, but no one's told me they loved it. You know, if your game's good enough to get a sequel, I feel like I'm more curious about what your game was anyway.
Axiom Verge 2 plays a bit different from the original game. Whereas the main character, Trace, used a projectile-based weapon in the first game, Indra's combat style is primarily melee.
Castlevania? Like, just straight up?
But brute strength isn't Indra's primary weapon. It is a contest of mind over matter, brains over brawn. Indra's ability to hack enemies and alter their behavior gives her a strong advantage no matter how formidable the enemy.
Huh?
In Axiom Verge 2, it will be possible to complete the game without fighting any of the bosses.
I'm sure. Oh, why is that so loud randomly? Good
I've
lord.
talked to many people who loved exploring the world of Sudra in Axiom Verge, only to get stuck at a boss they just couldn't get past. And that ended the game experience for them.
Okay, I see why.
For players out there who love a good boss fight, they're there for you and will be rewarded for your efforts. But if you prefer to run right past them and keep exploring, that's a completely valid way of experiencing Axiom Verge 2.
Yeah, making games completable is such a hard thing to balance because, especially if you like your game being hard, like you yourself like games being hard, you become discreetly aware that people are just gonna not finish your game.
And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone discover all of the mysteries it has.
And even though you're satisfied with how it is, it's upsetting to know. Like, you gotta make compromises even if you like having your games be hard. It be like that. Ooh, I like how that looks.
Oh, and one more thing. In addition to PC and Switch, we're excited to announce Axiom Verge 2 is also coming to PlayStation 4 and 5.
Nice.
I just can't even with this next game. It's
Hey,
so
John
delightful.
Gibson of
It's
IMA,
pure
but
Glee in a game brought to you by the gang at something we made out of Sweden. It's called Toem. It has the best art style and is just pure
Toem.
happiness. Try not to smile.
Hello,
Hejsan,
my name is Nicholas,
and I'm Lucas.
and we are Something We Made. And we're excited today to show our game called Toem.
I saw a little bit about this. Some people talking. So actually, I'm glad I get to actually see what this is about. Oh, this looks cool.
You play as an amateur photographer on a journey to see the magical phenomenon known as Toem.
Magical phenomenon? Smile.
But first,
Take
you
a
need to
picture
get
of
there
Bunny
by bus.
Monkey.
And to earn your bus rides, you need to help the various quirky characters found in the different regions.
Okay. So you do objectives to get from one area to the next because you're a broke-ass photographer? That's real.
The Photographing Guild will challenge your photographic skills with specific challenges. As you stroll along various locales, you'll run into puzzles that will have you using different tools.
Smile. I like that guy's just the worker sign. There's a bird right there. I see him. It's supposed to be there? Ah, okay.
Totem.
I like the 3D sprite aesthetic. It's kind of cool. Ah! Ants! I don't like it.
And many friends to meet along the way.
Cool astronaut. That's gonna be my aesthetic for the rest of my life.
We ourselves are based.
I'm sorry, are there like unique photos based on what you take? Ooh,
calm
this is a
and
nice area.
tranquil. We want to try to capture that inside the game. To hopefully make you feel at peace and content while playing Tom.
Wow.
Hopefully you have a great time.
Can't
playing
stop
Tom.
looking at the main character just kind of like smiling, head empty, and just say smile to myself. Like I'm reading the script. Smile. Honestly think Pokemon Snap is the worst game ever made. Ban slash
That's what he said.
slash ban Leo.
Our next game pits you against your friends to run the fastest time through a series of dungeons. This is Phantom Abyss from Team Weeby and Devolver Digital.
Hi, I'm Ben Marinan from Team Webby, and I'm the lead designer on Phantom
Hi, Ben.
Abyss.
Nice to meet you. Show me your video game. Actually, can I also upgrade the quality a little bit? This is like 480. Oh! I don't have anything running right now, so this should be able to handle this.
In Phantom Abyss, the goal is to grab a relic buried deep within a procedurally generated temple. However,
Oh, shit.
you only
I
get
smacked the
one
mic.
shot, and if you die, you never get to try that temple again.
Okay.
Phantom Abyss is an asynchronous multiplayer game, where temples are filled with the Phantoms, previous players who tried a temple before you and died.
Oh, interesting.
Eventually, when someone claims the relic, they'll seal off that temple, meaning only one person in the world will ever beat a specific temple.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that idea.
Players are equipped with a whip, which they can use to
I've got a
climb
question,
obstacles and
which is,
interact
how do
with
you
the world
keep the
around them.
game occupied if you're only ever allowed to do a dungeon once? Or a temple? Like, can people
Phantoms
actually
also
just run out of
interact with the
content? Do they have to make a
and
new
use both
account?
to your advantage
Oh, question mark?
and disadvantage, so be careful.
Am I thinking too much about this? I like the whip. That's kind of cool.
As players delve deeper into a temple, they become hunted by that temple's guardian. Guardians are incredibly powerful beings that will stop at nothing to prevent you from claiming a relic.
Run! Isn't it procedurally generated? It says it's procedurally generated. What they're also saying that a lot of people are going to run into the same dungeon, which must mean it's some kind of community generation or like a pool.
Entering early access on Steam very soon.
It's entering early access, so I assume it's gonna run into like a lot.
Claiming relics. I hope you enjoy it.
I like this idea though. This is kind of cool. And I'm a big fan of exploration platformers. Or of course the concept is to like get somewhere, but hey, look up behind you, brother. Yeah, and that's some cool art. I like that. Daily set of stuff.
The next title is a heartwarming tale of fruits, fungi, and frogs. It's all about a little grape who is tasked with caretaking the
I saw this one. Yeah, this one was kind of cutesy.
from invasive rot.
Very twee.
Much like my own gardening experience out here, this is a game of questing, combat, cultivation, and building a community of pals. This is Garden Story.
World exclusive. XD. So it's like having half a dungeon crawler and a town caretaking sim thing, I guess. Oh, you bounce along stuff. That could make some interesting puzzles. I'm not even gonna say farming sim because it seems like it's more than farming. Even though he said farming. I have no clue who those other two are, but I want to see them.
Hey everyone.
Oh,
My name
hey,
is
I
Ray
see
Lewis.
an Epic
I'm a
Games
co-founder
at the
of Rose City Games,
bottom
and
there.
We are publishing Garden Story. Garden Story is being developed by our friend Pico Graham, with music by our friend Graham Nesbitt.
Okay, so this actually feels like literally one person made each segment of the game. Like it's a tiny
There's a lot to do in Garden
studio.
Story. It's combat, exploration.
Although obviously there's probably way more people working on it.
Where you're constantly learning about new characters.
The way they're talking about
of
it
the
makes it
island
feel
that
like it's a
you're
tiny
helping
game.
Put back together.
So I
Moving
will
between
keep
the
my
seasonal
eye
villages of your island.
on these guys and gals.
You take on a lot of requests and challenges to help your
non-binaries.
community and discover a history between the characters and what's been going
Did that say
on.
cooked hams? Is that a joke there?
There's this omnipresent, mysterious enemy called the Rot that's been popping up in force. And it's your job as the island's new guardian to take it on, even though you are the youngest greenling there. so fun to explore the really charming and chill elements of the game.
You know what this actually reminds me of a little bit also? The game Moon, which is a weird dive, but it's mostly just in the way that you're talking to other characters. And that they've got a lot of
really
mini
just a lot to
quests.
discover. A lot of mystery mixed in with the gameplay, and a lot of really great atmosphere with.
Oh, I like that the
music.
I like that the fishing is a quick time event. That's kind of cool.
The combination of some of Garden Story's more classic game
Literally.
inspiration with that chilled out, bright art and music style is really special to us. It's really easy to jump in and feel good about living in the world. The art and animation, music and sound effects bring something really, really new while making sure that you are comfortable in the game.
I
and
lowered
feel
it
right at
because
home,
the
despite all
Axiom
the
Verge trailer was
challenges
loud and now everything's
for
quiet.
Guardian Concord. We can't wait to see you in the Grove when Garden Story comes out this summer.
I still want to know who those other people are jumping with you.
Whether you've been trying to perfect
Your pals.
sourdough or just get through all the piles
Your best
of panic bought
friends.
pasta you've accumulated, quite a few of us have spent a bit of time in the kitchen this past year. This next game aims to take your real-life cooking abilities to the next level, whether you're a seasoned chef or a culinary catastrophe. It's a super chill cooking sim that specifically explores the fascinating world of Philippine, Korean, and Japanese cuisines.
Oh.
Sit back and allow us to nourish your senses. This is Soup Pot.
I'm Gwen Foster from Chicken Club, and we're a
did hear
collective
about
of
this.
game developers making a game called Soup Pot.
I spot an amogus in the corner. Is that an amogus? Or am I imagining things?
Soup Pot is a chaotic and chill cooking simulator that allows players to discover more than 100 different recipes from different regions. All
Real
of
recipes,
which can
right?
be accessed in a social media app called Cookbook.
Teka lang, where's my recipe? Recipe, take me back my energy. Energy, ito yung bawang na I cannot see. I cannot see, panghalo to sa delicacy. Delicacy.
What makes our game unique is that there are no fail states. We wanted players to be able to learn and fail and have fun with cooking. Cooking has always been part of many games, but has rarely been the central mechanic. For Soup Pot, we work with chefs and cooks to make sure that the recipes in-game you could also make in real life.
In real life, yeah, that's actually what I
For the
wanted to
first
know about
time,
this.
We are showing that Soup Pot is just not limited to dishes that can be made with cooking pots. You can also grill and skewer.
That's actually kind of cool. I would be interested in the game where I could like take what I learned in the game and make it in real life. Yeah, I see the interlacing too. These are imported videos, and they're just sent wholesale
Chicken
to
Club,
Day of the
we
Dev.
love games like Overcooked, Cooking Simulator, Hot Pot for One, Tenba, and Moonglow Bay. We hope that our game makes you love cooking just as much as we do.
I'm way into the idea that I could actually learn how to make some real food with this, make something delicious. That'd be fun. And also, like the music is interesting enough that I'm just like,
Next game comes from Glee-Cheese Studio in France. This is a musical story. It's a beautiful adventure game that trades in dialogue trees for rhythm-based gameplay.
Hello everyone, I'm Charles Bardin, game designer and co-composer at the French video game company Glee-Cheese Studio. And
Hello.
the game we're going to show you today is called A Musical Story.
Beeping. Oh.
Did we make it? Where am I? Wait, who am I? Am I dreaming? I can hear music. Yeah, I know this. This is my band. This is our music. This was our dream.
In a musical story, you play music to unlock memories. The game is set against a 70s backdrop, with influences from Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin or Jimi Hendrix. And
Okay,
tells the
I
story
do like all of
Gabriel,
those
a young
influences.
musician trying to come to terms with his situation through the connections to his musical memory. Gabriel and his friends decide to participate in the legendary Pinewood Festival. Gabriel will experience friendship, love, but also very hard times as he struggles with addiction. The entire story is told without using a single word. The gameplay is very different from any musical game you know, as there's no visual playhead on screen. Everything is based on your ability to listen to the music and understand it.
I like that.
Making it a very organic and rewarding experience.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
We and our friends at Digerati have put hearts and souls searching for the best possible balance between fun gameplay mechanics and a meaningful and soulful story. We really hope you'll enjoy the game when it releases later this year on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, iOS and PC, and we are super excited to tell you that a free demo is available to download on Steam right now.
Hey! I'm gonna try that. I kind of like the idea that the story completely is told through visuals and music. Like, they said no dialogue, right?
Video games are such a beautiful medium because you can literally make them out of anything. Developer Kong Orange, who made the criminally underrated Felix the Reaper, are back with a painstakingly nuanced and super hyper detailed stop motion experience called Vocabulantis. And while stop motion is nothing new to games, their POV and perspective here is something really special, and it's still a few years out, but we're pretty pumped for it.
My name is Johan Oettinger, and I am the stop motion part of Vocabulantis.
Stop motion?
I'll need a word with the word of your heart. His stupid interjection army is destroying Vocabulantis and my speaker scope. What did my speaker scope ever do to? Wait, the elevator is coming. This could be useful. Yes, airplane.
Oh, I smacked my
Yes, clever.
pop filter. Probably made an awful noise.
I've made stop motion since I was a child, and I do it professionally now, but ever since the Neverhood came out in the 90s, I've dreamt of making a stop motion animated video game.
What an inspiration, Neverhood. That's specific and yet I recognize it. I love that. Oh my god, he almost got crushed.
but where you can control the characters. They can run and they can jump and they can grab onto things. But
This
then
is
it's
kinda
fully
cool.
stop-motion animated, where the animator moves the puppet, and you take a photo and the animator moves the puppet again. But to make it more interesting, we do it a little bit different. So the animator moves the puppet and we take the photo. So as you can see, each pose of the puppet is photographed several times with different light directions. And out of them, we can combine those photos into a normal map. The character running around in the 3D engine.
Wow, I like that.
Based on real light.
That's a lot of work, but that pays off.
You decided to come back? Evil boy of no use. None of you speak. I remember now. But listen then. Now, I need your help. See that handle up there? Go pull it. If you have any questions, speak now. I thought so. Clever.
It really integrates into the handmade sets that are photogrammetried in our photogrammetry scanner over here. Let me show you. So there is a motion control that controls the camera back there, and then the
That's
same
better than
motion
Mass Effect
control
remastered.
controls the
Dick burn.
objects, and the camera back there takes from each position.
I do
of
like
the
how it
camera.
looks a lot,
So
though,
on
I'm
the
not gonna
photos,
lie.
The software turns it into a mesh.
Wow!
And then we use that in the game engine.
There it is in the background.
We want it to look like a stop-motion film, but still we can make all the levels fun to play and interesting to play.
I'm
Thank you so
wondering
much for checking
how
Vocabulary
much
out.
it is of an
I hope you
action
like what you
game
see.
versus
We are
like an
looking
adventure
forward to show you
game.
more.
Okay, yes, get up now. Now show that you are worth some use at least.
God.
Having been pretty much rooted to the spot for over a
I
year,
do actually want to
desire
play
jump in the
that.
car, drive off into the sunset, and never look back is strong in all of us. This next game,
Like,
from the
its
creator in the
its
car,
idea is
drive
so
off into the sunset, and
interesting.
never look
Oh!
back is strong in all of us. This next game, from the creator.
Okay, so whoa, what's going on there? I'm guessing this is the part where they had to take a break. Yeah, they had to take a break while they fixed up the video because it died.
And reach the border, which is thousands of miles away in the mountains. As you try to get closer to the border, you will come across different characters, each of them with their unique backgrounds, storylines, and very strong personalities.
Before we get much further, I should let you know that I have some anger management issues. Now you know. So, where are we headed today with Happy Taxi? Then just north it is. Now sit back and enjoy your ride with Happy Taxi.
By making those decisions along the way, you start tracing your own path to the border, and that path will be different for each player.
I saw you looking at my mechs. Are you a fan of dinosaurs? I won't get angry if you aren't.
Gonna get angry.
What?
You will discover personalities of this country inhabitants, their backgrounds, their secrets, their trauma, and progressively, by all the decisions, you may even change their country.
Guess you forgot I had a gun! Now, get in your filthy van and find me a light.
I'm Mikey Goodman. I play Jared and many other characters on the Road 96.
I feel like having a smoke.
A lot of bad things happened in his life. He's really bitter and he's kind of taken his revenge out on everyone else.
Depending on your tastes, the destination, and most importantly, the path to the destination will vary from thousands of possibilities.
They helped me.
Oh, this is that!
They stole my money.
Okay, I did see this.
And they made me realize that I have to come back home. I have to make my own way to help the brigades. Where am I? Road 13, Road 42, Road 67, Road 96.
I did see this game.
While it's still early, developer Strafon has created something really special and unique.
Not
with
really,
the
I'm going to bed.
Village.
Alright.
On paper,
now
it's
later,
so,
Leia.
You go about your business, you build up your population, erect buildings, mine for resources, but it has a really rad twist.
That was an
Hello
unfortunate.
everybody, we're Claudio Beck
Okay.
and Filomena.
Oh, this is the first thing we
from
watched.
Straight from Studio, and we're here
I'm just
today
gonna
to
speed through it. I
present-
do want to see it with better quality. Oh, that looks so much nicer than the video I had. Oh, and that looks so
Our studio is
good.
People will be a giant animal they call Umbu.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very nice.
two games that are
The 2D aesthetic, 3D environment is very nice.
Next up is Unbeatable from D-Cell Games, just coming off a super successful Kickstarter campaign. Oddly, it's another beautiful narrative adventure game with rhythm mechanics, but much different than a musical story, so please enjoy.
I'm Andrew Tsai.
I'm TJ Maddox.
I'm Rachel Lake.
I'm Vasily Nikolaev.
I'm Jeffrey.
I'm RJ Lake.
And we are D-Cell
Games.
Games.
We're making Unbeatable,
An anime-inspired rhythm adventure game where music is illegal
and you do crimes.
Yeah. I decided to skip out on doing the demo for this.
The basic setup
Of which
is
there's
simple.
a few now.
You have two buttons. One button for up and one button for down.
But I'm very certain that when the Kickstarter, or not the Kickstarter, when the game's out,
That
I'm just gonna
framework
play
powers
it.
everything. From fighting off monsters during a rock concert, to winning an eating competition, to playing darts.
In between that, you're going to be exploring the city, avoiding the authorities, talking to locals, finding hidden secrets, and, of course, planning out your illegal underground concerts.
In this early section of the game, Beat, that's the girl with the pink hair, and her three bandmates have just barely managed a daring escape from the local police.
They find themselves washed up on a beach on the outskirts of the city, and now need to scope out a venue and figure out where they're going to lie low and practice.
Before you go on for the big show, you're going to be finalizing the songs that you're playing.
The songs you have access to here are all based on what Beat and the band have managed to write, which is influenced by all of your decisions.
Unbeatable is a synthesis of everything we love about our favorite games with the memories that we have of watching bootleg anime as kids.
With Unbeatable, we're telling a multi-generational story about nostalgia and the ways that nostalgia objects change when viewed with different contexts. We're enormously excited for everyone to check it out when it's done.
Since that will be a bit, why not download our free demo, Unbeatable White Label, right now? You can grab it on Steam and itch, and it will let you play through a dozen songs already.
Thank you from everybody at D-Cell Games.
Our pals at Devolver Digital are back with developer
Nice stuff.
Acid Nerve for Death's Door.
I love
This is the
Unbeatable,
team
actually.
behind Titan Souls. So if you're a fan of super
But yeah, when the game comes out, I'm not gonna play the demo. I'm just gonna go
Birds of
straight into
Swords.
playing it.
You're gonna dig this one.
Hi, I'm David Fenn. I'm a producer and designer at Acid Nerve, and we're working on a game called Death's Door.
I also saw this. God, that squeal.
It's a fantasy action-adventure set in a strange world where nothing naturally dies anymore, and this group of lazy office worker crows are in charge of maintaining some sense of order. You play as one of the crows, and your job is to venture into the outside world and reap the souls of the dead.
That's pretty fun so far.
The combat focuses on intense, fast-paced brawls where mistakes are punished and skill is rewarded.
Ooh, there's a lot of buttons. Chains, fireballs, dash throughs, arrows.
Is in tight 2D pixel art action, and we've been careful to maintain the responsiveness of this style.
Pixel art?
The world is fully explorable and it's entirely handcrafted. All of the characters and enemies that you meet have memorable, twisted designs as well. Death's Door has plenty of high-octane action, but it's equally about discovering the secrets of its unique setting and unraveling its mysterious story.
Little dudes.
The structure and the scope of the gameplay most closely match one of our oldest inspirations, The Legend of Zelda. have a grim job to do, but you'll also bring hope to the weird and wonderful residents who are trying to make their way in this strange place. The setting and the circumstances are bleak, but the moment-to-moment interactions have touches of humour and positivity. It's this juxtaposition that we find so compelling, and we really hope that you do as well. If so, you can look forward to playing Death's Door when it comes out this summer. Thanks very much.
I like that. Yo, that's Alexander. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that. That's
Over
Devolver.
the last generation of games, we've seen such crazy leaps in animation. But it's not just technology leading the charge, it's artistry. Behind the Frame is a perfect example of that. It's a narrative-focused experience from a developer out of Taiwan called Silver Lining Studio, and it's got serious Ghibli vibes. Also, rumor has it during playtests, it's been known to be a tearjerker.
Studio Ghibli vibes.
We're a Silver Lining studio located in Taiwan.
Means nothing anymore to me,
Today we're
honestly.
going to show you a little bit of our game, Behind the Frame.
Yeah.
Behind the Frame is a puzzle-solving, story-oriented game. The story is about a painter who is pursuing her lifelong dream to become a professional artist.
Right.
We really want to make the game feel like anime film, so we use cel anime style to differentiate interactive objects from backgrounds. The gameplay is in first-person perspective, with several cutscenes.
Oh, I like that.
Wow.
Which she later on will found out her apartment has some secrets that she didn't know of.
Hey?
Like I mentioned before, we want this game to have anime and whimsical feels, so we chose hand-paint 2D panorama environments instead of building a 3D model.
Hey?
The story is really about love, life, and how to preserve memories. We are really excited to be part of Day of Death. Thank you guys.
We've always felt like the mission of Day of the Devs needed to extend beyond our own bandwidth, so we always take a turn to spotlight organizations around the world that are doing good by the gaming community. One of those is Asobu. They're based in Tokyo,
Yeah, Asobu.
and they're helping indie devs in Japan make their dream projects come true.
This is one of the other things. I wanted to see what these guys had. I saw they had a spotlight here, which to
Hi
me is a
everyone,
pretty big
my
deal.
name is Anne and I'm the manager of Asobu, a community hub for indie creators here in Tokyo.
遊ぶっていうのは何なのか。遊ぶのコンセプト自体はコミュニティを作っていく、コミュニティを醸成していくということです。今具体的にどういう活動をしているかというと、渋谷にコミュニティスペースを運営して、そこをベースとして活動をしている初期メンバーの方々が主にゲーム制作を活動をしています。
Here at Asobu, we are all about helping Japanese creators. We're trying to build a community where they can learn from each other, find friends, collaborators, promote their project by connecting them with other awesome indie communities all over the world, or outlets, like today, the Day of the Dev.
すごくいろんな人々にとってはゲームを作るということがどういうことなのか割と分かりづらいことなんだと思います。それをゲーム作りはこういう人々がやっていてこういうプロセスでこういうふうにやってるそしてこういう成功を収めることができるそういうことを広くいろんな人に伝えていきたいと思っています。そんなコミュニティをクリエイターたちと一緒に作っていくことによって新しい風が吹くのかなと思っています。
But back to the end point on promoting Japanese indies, here is a few games to keep an eye on.
Blackhead.
Blackhead is a unique 2D puzzle platformer being solo developed by the young creator Namatakashi. You play as a tiny robot, trying to bring back the light to the world. Electricity runs through everything you touch. Including any place you toss your robot head.
Hey, I like that. That's kind of cute.
Blackhead is due out on Steam and itch.io later this year. Demolition Robots KK put you in control of a giant robot, how to make all the cash you can by destroying as many buildings as possible. Developed by Takaaki Ichijo, this is multiplayer mayhem with a twist. Switch viewers can influence the game by choosing items or actions on screen. Demolition Robots KK is planned for PC and console release later this year.
Okay, that's kind of cute. A little simple, but I like it.
Walk is a survival horror title from Kazumi Games. Inspired by influential games from the PlayStation 1 era, Walk takes place at dusk in an unnamed Japanese suburb. You control a defenseless schoolgirl trying to return home before dark.
You gotta get running, little girl. Oh my god, what's happening?
Pursued by mysterious shadow creatures. Kazumi Games is planning to launch Walk as a Kickstarter later this year. And that's all for today. Thank you so much, Day of the Dev, for having us. We're big fans, and it really means a lot to be.
You died!
If any of the stuff I talked about sounds interesting, please stop on our Asobu Discord or any of our events to check out and say hi. On our website, asobu.dev, we are launching a community profile section where both foreign and domestic creators and collaborators can use to find each other. And please keep an eye on our next Asobu Indie Showcase coming this September. Hope to see you there.
On its surface, our next game is a serene slice-of-life fishing RPG in a tranquil setting.
Reminds me of that time I got mugged. Says
Underneath
Pops,
the waves,
Hi
there
Pops.
lies
You got your
exciting
tablets
adventure,
coming in tomorrow?
exploration, and anger.
Sick.
Jump on board and
I
join
did fall
us
back
on an
immediately
epic
after
voyage.
commenting on the stream
Maybe
this
you'll
morning.
encounter the mystical monsters.
That
of
explains
Moonglade.
that.
Hi, I'm Zach, Creative Director,
And I'm Lou, Art Director.
and we're the co-founders of Bunny Hug.
With our lovely global team, we're working on our studio's debut game, Moonglow Bay, a relaxing slice-of-life fishing RPG based on a town of people afraid to fish.
Well, Guppy, you did it. Your first catch. 40 years, and you still surprise me. I know this place seems strange. A fishing town afraid to fish. But that's why our new venture might just stay afloat. Because all those stories about the mystical monsters of Moonglow are exactly that. Stories.
Moonglow Bay is set along the eastern Canadian coastline during the 1980s. We've always admired fishing in games like Harvest Moon and Legend of the River King. However, it's very rare to see that feature as a core mechanic, let alone in an RPG.
Okay.
So we've really wanted to capture the magic of fishing in these games and make it the heart of our game.
Hey. Cook the fish.
As you catch and cook, you'll be able to sell a variety of recipes to upgrade your
Fish
shop,
in
gear,
chips
and
or
fishing
fish
goods.
and
You're building the
chips?
economy of a town on the verge of bankruptcy.
Today, we're excited to review the aquarium. This is where you can donate, preserve, and exhibit your fish while being rewarded for your
My
efforts.
Amber Alerts are going off.
Your journey is split into 5 distinct story arcs with a fully inhabited town to traverse and the potential for grand encounters.
Documenting over 100 varied aquatic species, all while uncovering the secrets of Moonglow Bay. We're also excited to share that in addition to Xbox consoles, Game Pass, and Steam, Moonglow Bay will be coming to Epic Game Store, which you can wishlist now.
Game Pass.
This bay is full of amazing new creatures waiting to be discovered. So we'll find them and share them with the world. Together. As long as this book is by your side. So am I. Welcome home.
This next one mashes up a bunch of genres in an unexpected way, but it's oh so satisfying. It's called Loot River, and it's from a studio called Straka out of Slovakia. And they've taken super frenzied roguelike action, procedural dungeon
Moonglow Bay looks
generation,
interesting.
and
I don't
even a bit
know
of Tetris,
if I'd ever even
and
beat
mush
that
it all
because
together in a pretty
I'm not very
cool way.
good at fishing
Hello
games and
everyone, I'm Nero
completionisms.
from Straka Studio.
Or even
Imagine
management.
Pablo and Tetris had a baby. We're working on an island-shifting action roguelike coming to Xbox and PC, Loot River.
Okay, Loot River. Whoa, like even just seeing it in the background, I'm like, what is going on back there?
In Loot River, we wanted to create a game about total player agency. With the ability to rearrange the world, you can overcome even the strongest foes. With each death, you wake up in an alternative reality. We are right now in the hub area that you can fill with useful NPCs as you progress.
The chickens!
The hub directly connects to the sunken village. You traverse the area using wooden platforms that you can slide in any direction you want.
Like the water effect.
The platforms themselves are a handy tool in combat, dodging the fast enemy attacks, splitting groups of enemies, or providing a hasty retreat.
I'm noticing no health bar.
Here, we have a chest I'd like to loot. However, these guys in group would tear me to shreds. Instead, I'll make a path for them, lure them out, circle back, and get my reward unharmed. You can parry most of the enemy attacks, and after you can counterattack.
Free kills?
Enemies get
easy loot.
Fight your way through Loot River. Like a mage that can lock platforms together, preventing you from escaping until you defeat things. The level design is procedural, with handcrafted elements similar to Dead Cells or Spelunky. This way, we ensure the levels feel intentional and logical, with a clear way forward, while also keeping every run different.
Okay. I like how this looks.
Encounter many other travelers.
I'm not 100% like
but many still friendly. You'll encounter merchants or aspiring artists. Or perhaps vendors who can join your group and help you unlock permanent upgrades.
I was just distracted by the Eldritch Abomination being like, I'm your friend now.
Is merely a small annoyance for them.
I'm not 100% sure about the image crunching. That's very intentional, reminiscent of games running in resolutions below their grade. Thinking very recently of 3DS games with images and models better than their size. Ow! Death.
So I love when a game has an art style that looks unlike anything else. That's definitely the case with this next game. It's from a small team in Ecuador.
Okay.
It really captures the sights and sounds of the place well. This is Despelote.
Hi, my name is Julian, and I'm the main developer of Despelote, alongside Sebastián Balbuena, who is in charge of the art and the music.
Nice to meet you.
The game is being produced
I like your soccer
by
MasterCard shirt.
And Ian Berman is in charge of the sound.
I actually couldn't read what was on the shirt. I just saw the MasterCard logo, and I was like, ooh, MasterCard
You play
smile.
as a kid, and you're sitting around in school just waiting for the day to be over because you just want to play soccer.
Whoa, that's freaking my eyes out. The grain quality.
campana, vamos. Hola.
Nah.
It's 2001, and Ecuador is on the verge of qualifying to the World Cup. Qualified to the World Cup before, so it is a pretty big deal, and everybody.
No.
Desde aquí se ve mi casa. Pero perro, lo dejo. Mira, se ve un perrito desde acá.
Okay,
¿Vamos a jugar?
it's fully voice acted. I like that.
The country was just coming out of this big financial crisis. The idea of qualifying just gave a lot of people a lot of hope.
Ya, suelta la pelota, ya vamos a jugar. Miren, salgo como el team.
You don't really play a soccer match because, to be honest, it's just way more fun to kick it around
Pásame la pelota.
and annoy the people in the park. This park is inspired by a lot of the parks I used to play in as a kid, like La Carolina.
Oh, hell yeah, dude!
Perro malo. Y ahora, ¿cómo vamos a arreglar la pelota?
Disculparán a mis perritos niños. Hijo de madre, ¿te me fuiste, Bobby?
It is full of characters just going about their day. We recorded these conversations in an improvisational manner.
¿A dónde, Wambra?
No, ¿a quién le paso?
Queda Pepa.
We really wanted to capture this community of people, and we thought that having them improvise instead of us telling them what to say just felt way more natural.
I'm sorry?
They all react to the ball in unique ways, and sometimes this leads to a big narrative moment.
Ya carajo, ya, lárguense de aquí, carajo. Yo no les voy a quitar la pelota. Ya carajo, ya, lárguense de aquí, carajo. Fuera, carajo. Fuera de aquí.
Sebastian is doing an incredible job hand-drawing all the characters and modeling a city from pictures, from real pictures from places in Quito.
Lindísimo el día, entonces ustedes con la comidita que les doy ahora, ustedes también van a hacer fuerza y van a apoyar a Ecuador y mañana vamos a clasificar al mundial.
Basically, Despelote is a story about how soccer can impact a place and its culture. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it when we.
That's kind of cute.
Goodbye.
No, it's like a game about soccer, but the soccer is just the story of the area. Like, it's not really about the soccer. It's like, that's kind of cool. Ha! It is pretty fun. Although, I can't get over how this game looks like it's 2 steps away from being a horror game, and all that's different.
One last surprise.
The filter and the music and the story.
Virginia, but with Last Stop, they evolved their
that game back there, Walk, it was called?
Natural territory. It's published by Annapurna Interactive, and that's worth mentioning because they've also been so kind to lend us a sneak peek at their upcoming Annapurna Interactive showcase.
It does have a
which
slightly
is
sinister
chock full of
vibe.
freeze frame moments, so you won't want to blink.
Really does. World exclusive. Yeah. Last stop. Whoa, what's going on in this trailer?
Yes, back here.
Don't stop.
This is crazy.
We need to move him. Let's get him inside, out of sight.
Are you a human being? Like me?
Come a little closer.
You two were made for each other.
I just want my body back.
So I feel like I haven't properly explained this. Are you okay travelling to the other side of the galaxy?
I read the brief.
We're making history here, Mina. Resources, technology, culture. This is the next frontier. I'm counting on you, Mina.
All right. I'll get the job done.
This is not your fault. If it's anyone's, it's mine.
I think I've made a terrible mistake.
If you want my help, you only have to ask.
I gave up everything.
Come on, Hughes, this is it. Don't you want to know what's on the other side?
Interesting. It's like a weird story game. Pop since I just got done playing their last game. Hey, I remember you. Hey, I remember you. Sizzle reel for everything else Annapurna's doing. Because they honestly have a bunch of games in dev. And the only thing they're not working on is that photography game they used to make. Or they were gonna make. What was that one called? It was like about taking photos. They had it on a stage show and everything.
And that's it. Thank you for joining us for Summer Games Fest and this Day of the Devs Developer Showcase.
See what I mean? Aren't you excited now to go make games or play games or to build a tree fort or something? Like, it's just so inspiring. And thank you to all the developers who submitted their games.
If you're looking to submit one of your awesome games for a future Day of the Devs, head on over to dayofthedevs.com and sign up for our email list. It's the first place we spill the beans on call for submissions, no matter what time of year it is.
Thanks to all of my co-hosts, thanks to IM8Pit, and everybody who helped with the show.
Thank you as always for the generous support from our partners for making all of this possible. We could have not done this without you. PlayStation, Idea, Xbox, Nintendo, Prime Gaming, and Steam. For the last 9 years,
Was it in
you've
Egypt?
been on our court, and
Yeah, it
we
was.
super appreciate it.
Hold on,
Extra
I'm just
special
looking up the
thanks
game
to
right
all
now.
the musicians who performed or lent their flavor to this broadcast. You made it all the more exciting and thrilling. We got Luca and Omni Boy for We Are OFK. We got the incomparable Darren Korb and Ashley Barrett for yet again performing at a Day of the Devs, this time from the supergiant masterpiece Hades. We got the poet, the legend, Dose One, who lent us his beats yet again to round out the editorial of this.
Thanks for watching. Until next time, I hope we can see each other in person.
Thank you, Oxenfree 2. I'm sure people who like your stuff are very excited by that. Every game here was exciting on its own. The Axiom Verge 2 announcement, it was fun to look at. Unbeatable still looks good. Pretty stoked about that game Tome, just because it was kind of funny. Phantom Abyss actually had me interested in playing it, which is a good sign. When I look at your game trailer, and it's very conceptual. It's like, oh yeah, we're going into early access, but I was like, okay, add to wish list. See y'all in a few months. Every game I thought was interesting here. That's like a really big advantage of Day of the Devs. Was like, I'm not gonna play every game, but I'm curious how every game here does, because every game has my attention in a different way. Obviously, I'm not interested in everything, so I'm not interested in every game on the same level. But Garden Story, Supot was cool. Like I said, I'm curious to see how that actually works out. Like, if I can look at that and be like, and then I apply these recipes in real life. Musical Story, I'm interested in, because I'm pretentious as fuck. But also, I'm down for some Jimi Hendrix inspiration. That era of music. Hold on, I have to look at the title for this again, because I was lost on what it was called. Vocabulantis. I was about to call it Vocabularis. Vocabulantis looks really, really interesting in a bit of like a deprived way, where I think of adventure games like Pitfall and Another World. And games like that, like fucking just came out, Oddworld, Soulstorm, but with the touch of stop motion really has my attention, and I'm like, very, very cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, if that game has any news, I want to hear about it. Road 96. Touch and Go, as that was when the stream aired out, so we didn't get the full demo. Sad to be them. As like, because of that, it feels like they kind of got skipped over. Interested in The Wandering Village. Yeah. Death's Door, that Crow isometric game. That one's gonna be good. Reminds me of what's going on with Tunic. I don't know how much I'm gonna be into Behind the Frame, but it seems like it's gonna be the next era of really interesting, like, story games. But yeah, everything shown had my attention the whole time. There wasn't anything I was bored by, aside from literally Oxenfree at the end for being literally nothing. I like grabbed the mouse and scrolled very carefully through, and I was just like, okay, nothing, literally nothing. So that's it for Day of the Devs. That's a top-notch selection of games, honestly. Okay, if Nintendo didn't have an all-star showing by showing like 3, 4, 5, not even. I was about to call Legend of Zelda 2, the Breath of the Wild 2, a surprise, because Nintendo has a habit of doing nothing interesting. So when they do literally anything at all, I consider it a surprise. Like, oh wow, they did something. Surprising, Nintendo did anything at all. Shocking. This company put out games. But yeah, Day of the Devs. Really good showing. I'm very happy with what I saw. And I hope they do the same next year. Alright.